Welcome to Rosetta. My name is Sean Arms and I am a software engineer at UCAR Unidata. I've been involved with a NASA Access project called OIIP, the Oceanographic In Situ Interoperability Project. And one of the aims of this project is to prepare electronic tagging data for submission to data archives, as well as work with off-the-shelf software designed with data standards in mind. To achieve this, we are using Rosetta, a web technology designed to translate data into standards-compliant data formats following an easy-to-use wizard-based workflow. In order for Rosetta to do this, it needs to know a few things about how your data were collected. This information can be gained based on the platform used to obtain the data. For example, are you dealing with data from a tower, or collected from a balloon launch or an aircraft, or in the case of this example, a fish? For our example, the fish was tagged with an electronic tag and recorded certain properties of the fish and the ocean water surrounding the fish. So in the first step, we select eTag, which according to the metadata standards Rosetta conforms to, corresponds to a trajectory discrete sampling geometry. When we click Next, we'll be asked to upload our data. There are two options, custom file type or eTuff. The custom file type indicates that you're using ASCII data that may be CSV, may be somewhat structured or not. It's custom. For our case, we're using data in the eTuff format. In lieu of manufacturers natively providing a standards-compliant file, the OIIP project created the Electronic Tag Universal File Format, or eTuff, a CSV specification flexible enough for any electronic tag type. By providing their customers with data following eTuff, manufacturers do not need to understand the intricate details of data standards, and their customers are empowered to provide high-quality data sets to data archives and users around the world. eTuff isn't very complicated, but it takes the wild, wild west landscape of tagging data layouts and normalizes it into something a bit more tame. For example, a single observation is entered as a date and time value, the value of the observation itself, a variable name, and the measurement unit, all of which are already provided by the sensor. More information about eTuff can be found in the comments below. Next, we upload our file and submit the data to Rosetta. Once received, Rosetta parses the eTuff file and pulls out metadata that's stored in the file itself. Once this metadata has been extracted, Rosetta will prompt you to fill in the missing pieces of required metadata. There are several kinds of metadata that need to be collected to make sense of electronic tagging data. For example, there's certain information about the animal itself that's important for users to know if they would like to use the data set. If you scroll down the page, you'll see there are quite a few types of metadata being requested. Most of these sections on the web page are collapsed, indicating that all the required metadata has been extracted from the file itself. The animal section was not collapsed, indicating that we're missing a piece of required metadata. In this case, it's the length type capture. If you hover over the question mark, a little pop-up will show up that explains what's being requested. In this case, it's the type of length measurement. Since I wasn't on the cruise and didn't recover the animal myself, I have no idea what was used to capture the length of the animal. And so I will just put ruler. Once all the metadata has been entered, you can proceed to the next and final step. Download your converted file. And that's it. Because the data were provided in the eTuff standard, all we had to do was supply one piece of missing metadata, and now we have a file that's archive ready. In addition to being archive ready, you and other users from around the world can now use the standard file with off-the-shelf visualization and analysis software, such as Panoply from the NASA Goddard Institute for Space Studies. Link in the comments below. Unlock the power of your electronic tag data with eTuff and Rosetta.